In it. Social media and technology often play a role in both perpetuating and combating gender-based violence. How can young people leverage these platforms for positive change?
For positive change. I'm a person who believes that social media can be used in either a good way or a bad way. You can either use social media to stop violence or spread it. But if we are to stop gender-based violence, of course you're supposed to use social media to stop violence.
Yeah.
I think these young people, youngsters, should utilize their social media platforms to set up campaigns, or join the campaigns that are ongoing. The activists, join those activists and team up to stop this gender-based violence issue. Because if you really use social media to spread violence, I don't think it will be of any benefit to anyone. I think social media should be used in a good way, and you can use social media by starting up, joining activists, or starting up organizations, or you're using social media, you're using podcasts to bring out your views about certain issues that are rising with the youth, spreading the knowledge. I think it should be used in a positive way, and you can use it with podcasts. You can join the activists, because social media is it's broad and it's resourceful. I think instead of wasting time, which I refer to as wasting time, we should utilize it to spread the gospel on things that really matter.
Thank you. Victor, what are some of the ways to support these survivors of gender-based violence within our communities and networks?
In a way of supporting the survivors of gender-based violence in our society, it really needs a prophetic approach.
A what?
A prophetic approach.
Okay.
In a way that, as an example was given, that most of these cases are not only admitted to those people by strangers, but also relatives themselves. And we tend to see, in many cases, people fear to air out these incidences. In a way of helping this, we should first listen to these people. Because at times, people come, for instance, someone might come to you and tell you that I faced this, so and so raped me and so on. And you tend to neglect. So we should actively listen to these people and brief their stories. We should allow them to come to us and narrate the stories to us and believe in them. By doing so, we shall create confidence in these people to really come out every time whenever they face such challenges. They will be confident to tell us whatever has happened in their life along the way. Secondly, what I can say that we should carry out emotional teaching to these people, to bring back their memory. Because this thing, it's like a trauma. For instance, being left by a brother, a father, beaten up, denied financial assistance, it is really like a trauma. So to bring back their memory, we need to carry out supportive lecturing these people to bring back their memory to normal, because it is something that really takes a negative direction in a way of creating such traumatized memories.
Mindset change.
The mindset change.
Do we have these people who are doing that?
For instance, we as the youth, like Youth Plus, we have taken a step ahead of carrying out such things to the youth in our outreaches. We go in villages and other suburbs, sister suburbs, and slums like Katanga, Kawempa, and so on, to sensitize these people and listen to them, giving them guidance, what to do, what if they have surfaced such challenges. So those are some of the initiatives that we can take in order for us to help the survivors of this gender-based violence.
That's good.
Another one, before I hand on the mic, it is like encouraging professional guidance.
Professional guidance.
Yes, by the professionals. As such organizations like Action for Health have these professionals, like counselors and so on. If in their outreaches to such societies, to such people, they can also be crucial in this because they give guidance, they give resources to these people, because gender-based violence it has a lot of negative outcomes. Like people catch up with HIV/AIDS, some people end up becoming pregnant, school dropouts. But if these counseling and guidance sessions are sent to these people, a person who would opt for dropping out of school because of pregnancy, these people can be helped by telling them, like, after giving birth, someone can go back to school. Like if you have HIV, you have been caught by HIV, you can begin medication, and life goes on. Because these people at times tend to lose hope.
They think life stops there.
Life stops there. So these counselors and so on, and those professionals, they have a way they do this thing, so that they can bring these people back to life.
That's a good one. Yes, Lynette. How can we encourage more open and constructive conversations about consent, boundaries, healthy relationships among these young people?
I think we could begin with talking to these young people more openly. Because, I'm going to give an example. In the Buganda setting, you know how our parents used to tell us through riddles, through they wanted to communicate a certain message, so they build this whole story, which myth, which has never existed, but they want to tell you something that, hey, you did something wrong. You paid with something. Like once you do something wrong, you're supposed to pay for your sins. But they wouldn't tell you directly that, innocent, you did something wrong, we are going to punish you in this and this kind of way. They tell you those myth stories and everything. So at times you end up not even understanding what the main aim of the story was. But I think if we open up, because we are both adults at this point.
When you grow up, you understand.
Exactly. They'll be like, when you grow up, you'll understand. But I think, our generation, the kids of this generation know things. The internet has equipped us with a lot of unnecessary, like necessary and unnecessary things. It's not about that. When you clock 30, you can find a young kid of something like, let me say 13, owning a 32-year-old brain. That kid has a lot of information. You're like, this young kid, how did he or she get to know these things? So I think we should begin with opening up. If it's A, if you're supposed to say A, don't say B. At C will lead you to A. No. You should be like, A will lead to this and this, and the outcome will be this and this. That's opening up. And the other thing is we could start with while interacting with the victims, of course. You shouldn't pin people. You shouldn't pin people. You should be considerate, because most of the times these things happen and it's not like they wished it upon themselves. Something just did happen abruptly. Let's say you're counseling an HIV, a person who contracted HIV/AIDS unknowingly. You shouldn't be like, what were you thinking of not using the protective measures? You should make them feel comfortable, make them feel at home, but at the same time communicate while not pinning them. Because at the end of the day, once you pin them, they won't come back for counseling. Before you know it, they'll commit suicide. You would have led to another cycle of never-ending trauma to that person. He will have the HIV trauma, and then you add on to Ebanaye, she pinned me. Ebanange, he pinned me, as if I wished it upon myself. Those are people you find saying, I hear this saying, Tino nange tebanzala naye, nange namujja ku muntu, so I'm going to spread it, you know?
Yeah.
So I think we should open up,
Yeah.
yes, and we should listen to those people without doing any judgments.
Yeah.
So we could also encourage role playing. We should, while reaching out to like different communities, we should organize maybe dramas, like that talk basically about what we are going